Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and we are following breaking news here in the Riley King Network newsroom right now. Manhunt over. Man accused of killing Corporal Cole found alive. The manhunt for John Williams, 29, is over. Williams was found off Route 139 in Newark around 12:45 p.m. Saturday. He was wanted in connection with the shooting death of Somerset County Sheriff's Corporal Eugene Cole. Williams was taken away in Cole's handcuffs, according to the Maine Association of Police. A news conference is scheduled for 5 p.m. We do not know if Williams is hurt. Police had focused their search on Martin Stream Road in Nordwick and Fairfield. The FBI was offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of Williams. During a news conference Saturday, Somerset County Sheriff Dale Lancaster read a statement from Cole's wife. It said, "I urge John Williams to turn himself in or at least reach out to law enforcement," said in a statement. "Mr. Williams, be sure you will be treated the same way Corporal Cole would have treated you if you had given him the opportunity with dignity and respect." Investigators said Saturday their search area spanned 25 square miles. They added the search has been methodical in the heavily wooded area. They asked neighbors with game cameras in the area of Martin Stream Road and Route 2 and 139 to connect them if they had seen anything suspicious. Police said they had a good handle on Williams' whereabouts before the shooting and have spoken to his family. Authorities said they wanted to hear from anyone who had connection or contact with Williams after 2:30 a.m. Wednesday. Williams of Madison is accused of shooting and killing Cole early Wednesday morning in Nordwick, Maine, before stealing his cruiser and leaving the deputy's body on the side of the road. Officials said there were about 200 county, state, and federal officers involved in the search. Many of those on duty are working 24-hour shifts. Funeral arrangements for Cole were announced Friday afternoon by his family. Visiting hours are Sunday, May 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Skohedge Armory at 11 North School Street. His funeral will be held at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor on Monday, May 7th at noon. Memorial contributions may be sent to the Corporal Eugene Cole Memorial Fund, C/O Bangor Savings Bank, 113 Madison Avenue in Scarhidge, Maine, 04976. And now let's take a listen to This video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
Our sources telling us that Williams was found off Route 139 in Norwich Walk around 12:45. So about 20 minutes ago, this all happened. We went on the air about 10-15 minutes ago. So we alerted you about 5 minutes after they caught him. We were able to confirm this for you. We're looking at a video of this search going on the past 4 days. Again, if you're just joining us, John Williams, accused of killing Corporal Eugene Cole, in custody right now, found alive in the woods off of Route 139 in Norwich Walk. We are working to get our Paul Merrill back live for you to give us some more information. But again, we know that John Williams, who was wanted after this shooting on Wednesday morning, he was found in a heavily wooded area off Route 139. We don't know exactly how those investigators found him, but investigators had told us time and time again that he was in the woods there. And as we heard from the sheriff and from state police for several days, they clearly knew something. They weren't telling us why, and nor should they, because it's their investigation,
part of their investigation.
Why he was in the woods. And clearly they knew he was there. There had been some speculation that he had been able to get out of the area, but they knew he was there, and there he was in the woods today, Kathleen, and they found him. They got him.
They got him, and they also were saying they had information earlier that he may want to talk to them, and they were very quiet about how they got that information as well, which, as you just mentioned, David, they don't want to jeopardize their investigation, but they got him. They knew that he was there, and they knew where they were looking, a pretty wide search area and heavily, it's just a bunch of woods, which he said made the search even worse, even though they had aircraft, searching as well in the sky. So they have him. He has been captured alive. Now we wait and figure out how this all played out. But in the meantime, it's hard not to be relieved for this community. Just
exactly.
As a human watching this, a fellow human. So,
and in the Somerset County Sheriff's Office, of course, the center of all this, saying on Twitter that they will no longer utter John Williams' name again, or on any other social media accounts, that now that they have found him, that they will never say his name again. Of course, today is a Saturday, so we presumably expect charges to be filed this weekend. He will presumably be taken to the Somerset County Jail and may be in court on Monday. Tends to be slow in these more rural counties, so I would say Monday or Tuesday for a court appearance on these charges of murdering Corporal Eugene Cole. But again, just really, that press conference ended at about 12:30, and about 20 minutes later, we heard the news. So pretty incredible that they were able to do this in 4 days. Remember, and we've been talking about this in the newsroom for several days at this point, that the last manhunt that happened in 2015 involving a murder case, it took them 68 days. And in that case, that man who's now serving prison time, Robert Burton, came into the police station and turned himself in. So in this case, we heard the wife of Eugene Cole saying, please turn yourself in, or at least talk to law enforcement. I wouldn't think that John Williams would have heard that. We wouldn't think that his phone would have been able to last 4 days. But her prayers were answered, because that sheriff read that statement, and within 15-20 minutes, they had caught him.
And, talking about how they won't have to say his name anymore. Instead, as we move forward, they'll continue to talk about Eugene Cole, the man who is truly the sad part of all of this. As we heard from his widow, the message that she had to the suspected killer himself and to the entire community, that is where their focus will now be, because that he has been on their minds heavily throughout all of this, as they've been focused on finding this man, and we are very happy to report he has been captured. Yes.
And we do want to again say that Eugene Cole being remembered as the guy in Somerset County who everybody knew, who loved music, who lived a wonderful 41 years with his wife Cheryl, who had a loving family. And we do want to let you know that we're waiting for a press conference to begin shortly, if you're watching us on air or on Facebook right now. But Eugene Cole, that memorial for him in downtown Norwich Walk, growing by the minute. People have been leaving flowers and other items there downtown. Of course, people have to be celebrating across Somerset County right now, really across Maine and the nation, as this was a nationwide manhunt, this blue alert for this suspected killer.
Armed and dangerous, a very dangerous situation
Deputy
for many
Eugene
people.
Cole. And thankfully, we're taking a breath of relief because there were people, as we've been providing you this coverage for the week, of people who had...
This was their life.
This was their life, and they were
days.
telling us that they were locked and loaded and ready to go if they encountered John Williams. Thankfully, this all was resolved safely.
Yes, that is what we're hearing, at least for now. We're still waiting again on those details. We are waiting minutes away from a press conference with state police. Hopefully we will be getting more details. But again, it appears safely. We haven't heard any other reports right now. Really, all we know is that he was caught, and we know roughly the area in Norwich Walk, as you were talking about.
And we're waiting for that press conference to begin, and we'll take that to you live. I assume in the Norwich Walk Fire Department right now, where those people are, where those officials are, they're celebrating because this is over.
Looking on social media, one reporter said cheers. You could hear the cheers. So happy.
And, in these tense moments where our sources were telling us that he had been captured, we called the state police spokesman, who I'm sure his phone was blowing up, and unfortunately he hung up on us. But he did send an email.
He's on to the next thing.
He did send an email saying that there would be a news conference coming. We are awaiting that. I believe we still can access Paul Merrill on Facebook. If we can do that, that would be good. And our Lauren Bradley is standing by here in the studio to bring us other details. But we are awaiting that news conference, and we will bring that to you live. But if you're just tuning in, John Williams captured alive about 25 minutes ago in the woods in Norwich Walk. Of course, he's wanted in this search for the murder of Corporal Eugene Cole.
Day 4 of the search, and I guess a half hour ago now, maybe 45 minutes ago now, we just wrapped up a press conference with state police talking about what they were going to be focused on in this 4th day now of the search, how these 24-hour shifts that many of them were working were just grueling, but they were in this for the long haul. They knew if it went into day 5, 6, 68 compared to that last manhunt that we've been talking about.
I mean, it's
willing
incredible.
To do it.
It's incredible to think that this ended in 4 days.
When you really look at the big scope.
When you think about these cases, these murder cases generally have, a 24, 48-hour window. And when this happened at 1:30 in the morning on Wednesday, police came out at 9:30 the next day saying this happened. So there's 8 hours. The photo of John Williams wasn't out for 8 hours after that moment. And then you have a span of time where he could have been on the run, of course. A lot of speculation. People were saying, he made it to Florida at this point. He may have had help. He could be in Canada. But at this point, we can tell you that he was in the woods in Norwich Walk for the past several days. We're waiting for this news conference from police.
We are hearing that that press conference could be happening at 5 this evening, 5 p.m.
Okay, there you go on that video from WMTW News 8 in Maine. And again, the press conference will be scheduled at 5 p.m. this evening. We will bring that press conference live to you when it happens. That does it for this breaking news update. Again, this is a breaking news update. Manhunt over man accused of killing Corporal Cole found alive. We will keep you updated throughout the day and bring you that news conference at 5 p.m. Thank you for watching this breaking news, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and see you back here later on. Goodbye.